What is going on, guys? This is the boy here from Africa, man. I'm here in Tennessee dropping off Portland, Tennessee, close to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Man, I just wanted to show you guys what I'm transporting. You guys can see this. I have 2 straps pulling it that way, and I have 2 extra straps pulling it this way. For some reason, man, I just feel like you have to secure this type of load. If you're transporting a load like this, you have to secure that right. Because if you don't, you never know. You never know what could go wrong, right? So yeah, you definitely have to secure the load like this, make it right. So I'm dropping this one here, and then I'm taking this one to another facility. All right, guys, a quick update, right? Shipper told me that this one was the first drop. It turns out they don't know what they're doing. This one is actually my second drop. So this thing alone is 6,500 pounds, and the 2 pallets that I drop here is 1,000 pounds, 1,000 pounds. So altogether it's about 8,500 pounds, right? So instead of them putting this one first and put the first drop last, they went ahead and did it in the wrong way. And this thing, 6,500 pounds, plus the forklift, is very heavy. It's very heavy for somebody to be, messing with that. So the easier way we could do that is like, jack it up with my pallet jack and then attach the chain to the pallet jack and pull it out of the truck, just so it get right about here, make it easy for the forklift to take it out. And that's the way we got it out. And even putting it inside was really, really rough. He didn't want it to come inside because he felt like, this truck got air ride suspension and it's kind of wobbling left and right. They get nervous, So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But you guys can see how many straps that I put around this thing. Like, 2 pulling this way, 2 pulling that way, because you never know. And I'm gonna put 2 extra low bar over here to secure that as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just a quick update. A load like this, if you guys come across that, do not underestimate that. You have to secure the property, guys. I was able to secure the pallet jack with the strap, and I add additional low bar. I don't know about you, but I don't mess with safety, man, because these things, even though they secure that to a pallet, it's not gonna roll or anything like that. And if you're moving a load like this, I would recommend you stick it to a wall, because sometimes you do like a hard braking. 4-wheeler gonna cut in front of you and you're gonna brake really hard. You don't want that thing rolling and come meet you in the cab, okay? And also we go up the hill and you're gonna be like that, right? You don't want that thing coming backward. But at the end of the day, I think it looks good to me. All right, guys, so after driving for a few miles, because I'm 100 miles from my first deliver. So after putting the first 50 miles, I stopped to check all my straps to make sure that, within the 50 miles, the load did not shift or the strap didn't keep losing. Everything seemed secure to me. So that's a good sign. It means I can go for another 50 miles. So I will 100% recommend you guys not to move this type of load. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this type of load. But if you have to do what you got to do, go for it. But just follow this instruction. Make sure you strap them pretty good like this. Do not just, let them set it anywhere. Make sure that it's not too far this way or it's not too far that way. It's right in the middle. I can see it's a little bit this way, but that's okay. You want to tell whoever lowering your truck that, hey, can you set that right in the middle, because I don't want it to go one way. And to be honest with you, when they were lowering this truck, they have the lower was like sticking to the wall that way. I was like, you can't do that. That thing is heavy. If you have it that way, it will take me off the road. It would take me off the road. So make sure you set it in the middle. So sometimes you have to communicate with these guys so they can lower your truck properly. Otherwise, you know, your safety, man, especially those of y'all who new and y'all have no idea how to secure a load. I'm sharing stuff like this with you because, you know, you're gonna come across this type of load anyway. If you want to move it, I would recommend you do stuff like this. All right, guys, I made it to my drop off and I'm going to see how we can get this load off the truck. So what we're trying to do with this load is try to use a chain, either hook it up to the pallet jack and pull it out. He want to come in with the forklift, but that thing is like 6,500 pounds, and the forklift I think is 6,400 or something. He just told me, so that would be way too much for the. I think the forklift gross weight, I can't see that. Okay, so truck weight about 6,400 pounds. You guys see that, right? So just don't want to have overweight in the truck that could make a damage to your box or something like that. So I want them to pull it out with the pallet jack, attach the chain, bring it closer to the edge, and then they could pull, they can use the forklift to get it out. Yeah, I don't want the forklift to come inside the truck and it's gonna be overweight for the box. That's kind of like what I'm trying to do. Other than that, yeah, man. Just trying to prevent any damage from the box, because if you got overweight, these boxes have a maximum capacity. You guys see it's coming in slowly. So once it get close to the door, then you can use the forklift and take it out. That's what I suggested that we do. I think that should be good, right? Yeah, so we can take it out now and you go ahead and, alrighty. So yeah, at this point, they can grab it from right here so the box don't take all that weight. Alrighty. That right there just saved my truck. Thank you. So guys, seriously, when I'm making video like this, it's to educate some of you guys how to stay safe so you don't get damage to your equipment. Because these boxes have like a maximum weight capacity, all right? So you cannot just allow them to put a huge weight of forklift. The forklift already weighs 6,500 pounds. So that would be like almost 13,000 pounds, you know. This thing is 6,000 pounds on one pallet. That make it dangerous. You know, if you have 6,000 pounds on separate pallets, that's better, right? But to have 6,000 pounds on one pallet, I'll be honest, you gotta be careful how you're moving it. So it's the hustle, man. It's never stop. Like I said, all these little videos I'm putting out there, some of y'all might not take it serious until you run into the situation. You're like, oh shoot, I remember my boy from Africa said this, right? So those type of load, you gotta be very careful. If you're going to move a load like that, you definitely want to strap them, and also make sure that you push it all the way at the back of the truck and strap them pretty good. Like have over 5 to 6 strap on that thing, just in case it don't roll coming to you or roll go on the street, right? That's bad. You know, if you see sometime a semi truck sometimes get into an accident, especially a flatbed, those are the type of stuff that they're moving, and then it kind of roll, and I don't know what I have to tell you, sometimes end up killing some of them. So you guys want to be careful. If you see a load like that, you don't feel comfortable moving it, tell the broker, hey, this load seems pretty dangerous to me, I don't want to mess with it. They're not going to report you. If they report you, you can explain. You're not going to put your life at risk for these pennies that we're moving out here. You can tell them, hey, I don't feel comfortable moving the load because I feel like it's too risky. All right. Like I said, I got there and it was already late. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And 6,500 pounds sitting on one pallet, it make it hard for, how you call it, a forklift to lift it up. Like, even when I went to drop it off, when I went to my first drop off, it turns out they actually load the truck the wrong way. They put the last drop, which is that big one, you know, at last. Normally, the last drop is supposed to go in first, and I think they screwed up. And when I told them that, they just lied to me. And when I got to my first drop, they said, oh, this is not for us. This one go into your next drop, whatever. I said, hell, how could they do stuff like that? So the forklift driver was trying to lift it up. And I think his forklift was around maybe 4,000 pounds or something, which is lighter than the load itself. So the forklift was going up like that, you know. So we have to, you know, drag that thing with the forklift, just like we did at the drop off, just for that guy to be able to get it off the truck and move my first drop and put it back inside. You know, even putting it back inside, he couldn't lift it up. He just kind of like drag it on the floor. So those type of load, number one, is risky. Number two, it can damage your box, you know, get a lot of floor damage and stuff like that, right? So my goal here is to share whatever I'm running into over the road to help you guys stay safe. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.